Hello everyone. Good evening. It's Monday. Mondays are usually the most hectic days for me, to be very honest with you. Mondays are usually the hectic days for me. Can you believe that I came back from work by 6 p.m. Until now I haven't even rested from all the activities because most of the things I do at work is basically online, and once I get home I have to continue with the online work. It's not been easy, but we have to keep pushing. That's just the honest truth. We have to keep pushing. So my viewers, I want us to talk about something really important. Yes. Now the thing is, in life you don't need to wait for someone to actually, can you reduce the volume please? Thank you very much. In life you don't need to actually wait for someone to help you do some certain things. Now, the world is so versatile in such a way that you can literally do so many things on your own. You just have to have the mind to make the research so that you can become a better version of yourself, right? Now, in this life, you don't need to wait for people to teach you so many things. We have the luxury of the social media, we have the luxury of AI. You can literally do so many things on yourself. Now, have you wondered why your teachers will always tell you to get a textbook, to read your book, to read the textbook, right? Now, it is not because your teachers does not want you to not because your teachers doesn't know anything or they do not want to teach everything, but it's so that you can become a better version of yourself. It's so that you can become someone who would actually be better than your teachers. This is the reason why they ask you to buy the textbook. And in life it is happening. Your parents will not always be there to help you out. Your parents will not always be there to direct you or tell you some certain things that you need to do, right? Now, that is why you need to actually learn how to do things on your own. You need to understand the world you're living in. You need to understand where you're actually coming from and what you want to become in life. Now, this is the reason why so many persons indulge in some kind of things that will earn them income. They learn some certain skills so that they can become a better person in life. Now, this is what I want you to understand, that so many persons out there that you're seeing making money, becoming a better version of themselves, is not because they just came out of the blue and becoming anything. It's because they worked for it. They have made up their mind to actually become something, to make research. Now, if you're working in any place, let me tell you something. Even if you're working in the banks will not tell you, I miss you too. Hello, good evening. I miss you too. Now, if you're working in any organization, trust me, they will not tell you everything. Please do not put the spoon far, even as you desire to use, even go want to do more like. Please do not put the spoon far, even as decided to use. Even I do not understand what you're trying to say. Please, can you be more specific? Thank you. So, even where you're working, you do not expect the organization to tell you everything. They have given you the room to join their organization to learn. Now, it is now left for you to make your own research to be better than every other person working in that organization, even the owner or the MD or the CEO of the company. It is left for you to make your own research to be better than them. Now, I want to use myself as a case study. I am a realtor, yes, and I stay in Nigeria. I work in Owerri, Imo State, right? Now, when I joined real estate, that was last year. This is my 1 year in the real estate industry. And to be very honest, when I joined real estate, I do not know anything about real estate. I didn't know anything. I thought maybe I would just come to work, every end of the month I get paid, my salary. But I didn't know I was actually coming for something else. I didn't know I was coming to make a difference. Now, making a difference not because my company wanted me or because they trust me so much or because I was the best amongst all. No, it was because I decided to make a decision on my own. Hold on, let me plug something. Good. It was because I decided to make a decision on my own. I looked at the space and noticed that if you do not come up, even if you do not show up, if you don't understand the business, you will make a lot of mistake and you put yourself at risk. Do you know that there are some realtors in jail? That is because they actually told people what they are not supposed to tell them. They made a lot of people to invest wrongly in real estate. Now, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, I did not allow the company to put everything in me because the company itself don't know everything. There are so many things I have on my head that my company have never thought of. My company does not even know. What makes me different in the company was because I was able to make my own research. I was able to be determined to be better than others. I was able to, learn from people who are already in the industry. I was able to attend conferences. I was able to just be determined. One thing about this life, it has to do with determination. It has to do with your mindset. Now, if you do not have the mindset to become a better version of yourself, to be better than your peers, you can never move forward. Let's take the university or the school, for instance. We have students who are very intelligent. They are not intelligent because they just want to be intelligent. They have made up their mind that they are going to keep taking first position. They're going to keep being the best amongst their peers in their class, and they kept that going. Do you know that if those persons who are also intelligent meet with bad friends, they can tend not to be intelligent anymore? Now, this is the reason. It's because they have allowed themselves to be influenced. Now, there are some persons who are also intelligent and they are meeting with the bad ones, but still, they are still being the first. They are still topping in their class. That is mindset. Wherever you are in the world, wherever you find yourself, if you find yourself in any organization, I want you to understand something. It is high time you stop blaming people for your own mistake. It is high time you start seeing your place of work as a place of improvement, as a place of learning, as a place where you give your own ideas. See, there are so many persons who work in a place of work, and when it's time for them to actually retire or resign, the company tends not to tell. The company will keep begging them to stay. That is because they appreciate the impact, the value that they bring to the organization, the value that they bring to the development of that company, not just for the company but for yourself. In terms of referrals, people can actually refer you to tell people, oh, Precious is such a good person. The real land boss, she's such a good realtor, she's a professional realtor, she can guide you, things like that. That is how this life is. That is how this life is. Please, I want you to understand something. Moving forward today, if you're watching this video right now, if you're watching this live right now, I'm not begging you to subscribe, but I'm just want you to understand something, that this life is beyond our imagination. And if you must skill in anything you're doing, you have to learn to have a positive mindset. And you have to learn to make researches. You have to learn to learn. You have to be ready to take a bold step, to make a difference, to add an impact. Don't be an idle person. Do not be an idle person. Do not be someone who is an indolent. Do not be an indolent. Do not be a quiet someone. You have to make a difference. You have to step up. You have to stand up. Let people see you. Let people know you for this. Don't just sit there. There is something here. You just have to bring it out. You have something here, and I know that you do. I believe you. I believe you that you have something here. You just have to bring it out. I never knew I could be in this position. Do not mind my background, do not mind my face. I just finished my online work and I haven't rested. I just wanted to just make this video before I go shower and then have a good night rest. Okay? So there is something here. You just have to bring it out. You're not a dunce, you're intelligent. So please, in any place you find yourself, in any organization, try to use that opportunity to bring out the best in you. That is exactly what I'm doing in my place of work. To be very honest with you, I never knew I was going to be in this position. I never knew I would be so much good in real estate. I can tell you for the fact that I know this business so well. I never knew I was actually going to know this business so well. I never knew I was going to ever help people to invest. Like I was going to close a deal. That has never crossed my mind in my entire life. I've never imagined that. Even when I joined the company as of last year, February, because I'm already 1 year in the real estate industry and I'm doing so well, right? Just that I need a lot of visibility. Yes, I just need visibility and acceptance. And I hope by the grace of God, I'm going to get there. So when I joined the company, I was just so focused on my salary. I didn't even understand what we were doing in the company. I was just like, what's happening? Why are they making so much videos? Why are they just talking buy land this? But I had to calm down. I had to make my own research. I had to like understand what this business is all about. It's not just about buying land. Sometimes in the company, currently, when they tell us to, post about a flyer, about a property they designed with a flyer, I don't do that. Instead, I post myself and I teach my audience, right? I post myself and I teach my audience. That is how I've learned this business. And subsequently, I tend to actually post the flyer, but most of the times, I leverage on teaching my audience and educating my audience on how they can invest safely and profitably in real estate. Currently, someone reached out to me and asked if he loses his documents, especially if there is a fire outbreak in the house, what can he do? I was able to not only inform him, I also made a post about it on my page showing my face. Now, this is how far I've come to understand this business. For someone to reach out to me, ask me such vital information, such vital question, it actually means that this girl is doing so well in this real estate space. And what made me to be in this condition, what made me to come this far, it has to do with learning, it has to do with research. So this video is typically for anyone who finds his or herself, especially as a 9 to 5er. You feel, oh, you're a 9 to 5er, you're working here, you're so stressed out. No, you're not stressed out, baby girl. You're not stressed out. This is just an opportunity for you to learn. It's just an opportunity to use environment to learn, to become a better version of yourself. Just create an avenue whereby whenever you tend to leave the office, it'll be hard for the company to let go of you. You just have to add value and add impact. And with that being said, I'll be ending this live video. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you, Philip Campbell. Thank you, Slippery Jan 599. Thank you so much for joining my live. Oh, two more persons just joined. I guess you already missed out. So I don't know if you have any question that you want to ask me, so I can actually answer that. If you have any question, fine. I'm free to answer. If you have any question, or you can rewind the live video to understand once I end the live section. So with that being said, it's a goodbye from here.